We got a Tub video. We haven't watched Tub in a while. You know what I'm saying? This video isn't getting as much traction as like some of his other videos, but hey, who cares about the views, man? Who cares about the views unless you're a kick stream? No, I'm playing. I mean, everybody cares about the views. But still, listen. We got a video called Videos Taken Right Before Disasters. So we're going to get very serious. Very serious. So lock in. That's it. That's it, bro. Let's do this shit.
Hey guys, welcome back.
Yo, what's good, Tuv?
My name is Tuv.
What the hell is that fan art?
Didn't watch the video from 2 weeks ago. It was the final.
Yeah, I did see that, bro.
So I did.
Wait, did I see that video? No, I didn't. Five, you fuck with Mob Psycho. It was my favorite anime for like 5 years. Yeah.
In case you guys are wondering what they were, there was a video I made with Charlie reviewing plain cheeseburgers. I know.
Boy, I did not. Why would I watch two niggas eat cheeseburgers?
Which was the first and only video where I was really open with you guys, letting you guys know about my life.
The harsh truth of being a YouTuber. Guys, sometimes I have to wake up in the day and talk to the camera and edit videos all day, and I get hella views and make money from it. That's the truth of being a YouTuber, and sometimes I feel lazy, but I can guarantee you it's worse than being a single mother working a 9-to-5.
Iceberg Part 4.
Now let me shut the hell up.
Nick Crowley, Nexpo, and a bunch of other YouTubers. So, in case you're wondering why
favorite soda,
last week, it's goddamn. Down from that, okay? Like,
goddamn. What's my favorite soda?
I think this is the first video.
I don't have a favorite soda, but Coca-Cola is kind of cool. Or maybe like Fanta.
22. That is crazy. Do you guys remember me at 19?
Bro, think I'm finna say happy birthday.
Sorry, dude. Talking about videos that were taken before disasters. Before the entire topic.
Why he looking up at me like that, bro?
Quick thank you to
Boss.
Opera.
Oh,
I want to give a big
W sponsor, bro. Absolutely, but Opera is a mid fucking it's a mid, what is it called? Mid web browser.
Gene Scrum on May 24th, 2022.
I need to turn my lights off. Spooky, nigga, turn my lights off.
Scrum posted this video on her page.
Spooky. You're going to get yourself killed on that. Oh wow. Stop playing, bro. Stop playing, bro.
You can probably tell from the caption, it was meant to hit back at people telling her she would get herself killed
on
motorcycles. Now, it's unclear.
I ain't gonna lie, if I ever go out like that, nigga, I'm turning into a ghost and I'm looking at the comment section like, fuck, nigga. I really fucking died right there, bro. And I made a vid. Let me stop.
That video, that same day in the evening, Taylor died in a bike accident while riding back home from the weekly, quote, bike night event, an event she had attended with her biker friends. The said event was held at Woody's Barbecue on Plaza off State Road 100.
What are we watching? Videos taken before disaster. This nigga had his ears closed for like the whole time I was explaining.
About 9:39 p.m. And the crash was sort of bizarre because Florida Highway Patrol, who had to close the road for about 6 hours, stated that the four riders, quote, collided into one another for an unexplained reason. They had been traveling on the left lane, and the collision threw them onto the roadway. I think Taylor might have ended up in the center lane because the report also says that she was struck by an SUV. And that SUV had apparently been traveling in the center lane in the same direction as them. That SUV also did apparently strike another biker.
Holy shit.
Taylor and the 29-year-old died on the spot, while the two other bikers, aged 25 and 36, were rushed to Advent Health Palm Coast Hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The SUV passengers, a 48-year-old lady and her 16-year-old daughter, were unharmed. What I also found
they chilling, nigga.
By the way, take this with a grain of salt because it's from an unverified source, is that there were witnesses that claimed that the bikers were racing, weaving in and out of lanes before the accident. Anyway, following her death...
Hey, bro, y'all need to stop cutting up out there, man. Just drive safe, drive normally. For real, no racing shit, bro. No driving fast, bro. Drive like normal humans, bro. You don't need to get nowhere faster than nobody else. Unless you're me. But still, though,
sort of blew up as people
drive safe, y'all. For real.
Video. As of now, her TikTok has over 121,000 followers, and it remains a clear.
That is insane, though.
Her bio, for instance,
that's really crazy, though.
EX6R one S1000RR, both bikes which she owned, and her videos revolve.
My bad, y'all. I'm being too loud, bro.
Her obituary does confirm this, adding that beyond horses and motorcycles, she was also into barrel dancing and, quote,
why she just got a banner of horse boxes and shit.
To her fullest. Now, two things I'd also like to add to this case is that first, her Instagram had a substantial following already. That was about 40,000 followers. And second is that she did go viral not the day the crash happened, but about 3 weeks
My laptop
later.
volume sucks as it is.
But I found this Reddit thread which mentioned her story and the last video. And
I got you. Fly for the people.
A lot of people do for sure have negative thoughts on motorcycle riding. One Redditor even wrote, there are two kinds of motorcycle riders, those who have crashed and those who are going to crash.
Damn.
Now, I'm sure this goes
that nigga thought he was spitting, bro.
Subscribers watching
you
this
can't get wider than a horse picture.
Riders,
no cap.
Your gear and your helmet and
no cap.
Just go the speed limit. Just seriously, a lot of horrible stuff when it comes to motorcycles.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You already in life's fucking. You already on thin ice by driving on a motorcycle, but then also moving fast on a motorcycle is just insane to me. Like, listen. Them niggas who be cutting up on what was we watched their swim team, nigga, the like most wanted drivers in America and shit. Like, they're still inside of a car doing this shit, but a motorcycle is crazy. Motorcycles
like
insane.
There's not much else to say about that, really. But yeah, rest in peace to Taylor.
Rest in peace, bro, for real. Fuck.
Ali Castile.
Ali
One of the truly
Castile.
horrific murders to have happened in the last couple of years is that of Ali Castile.
I'm scared. That nigga don't look normal right there.
Now, as the investigation unfolded, one piece of evidence that came out was this video shared by Oxford police. This is CCTV footage of Ali walking out of a bar in Oxford Square, which is near Ole Miss College where she was a student. This was around 11:52 p.m. on July 19th, 2019, and unfortunately, at around 10:30 a.m. on July 20th, just a few hours later, she would be found dead by a deputy on patrol near Sardis Lake, Mississippi. What
Please don't tell me it was the brothers over there, man. They were just chilling.
A wildly unsettling story that even an attorney called a tragedy of Shakespearean proportions. Investigations, including that CCTV footage, revealed that after leaving the bar at around 1:30 in the morning, Castile met up with 22-year-old Brandon Thiesfeld, her on-and-off college lover, and they drove up to an abandoned fishing camp at Sardis Lake. It was there, a location that had been described as dark and desolate, that Brandon would proceed to
for what though? Why?
Shoot her 9 times. This happened between
9 times, nigga.
Morning. A jury report
for what
reported
reason?
Having heard gunshots in the area during this time of night.
For what reason? Is he cross-eyed, bro? I don't want to look that monster in his face.
As prosecutor Ben Creekmore,
get the hell out of here, bro.
To, quote, get rid of a problem. Castile had gotten pregnant with his child, and might I also add that the pregnancy wasn't 100% confirmed, as she had used a home kit test, but even then in the text she just wasn't sure. She wrote him a text saying, like, it's a very faint blue line, but I don't know. I guess I can wait and see if my period comes. All this information.
This nigga, you're telling me this nigga's best idea, because he possibly has fucking horrible pullout game. He has a horrible pullout game. So his best idea is to shoot your girlfriend 9 times because she's possibly pregnant. And then you gonna talk about getting rid of a problem. Nigga, you're the problem. Nigga, you're the problem, bro. I hope you did something with yourself after. Bro.
Came out during the investigation with Castile's Apple Watch being at the center, and they had to rely on her Apple Watch because Brandon had disappeared along with her phone, but he didn't realize that the messages were synced up with her watch. It wasn't actually long before investigators found out he might have been the last person to be with her, as he had texted, "Are you going to be home today? Because I could visit," that Friday before her death. Now, of course, this is a very detailed case with lots of bits and pieces that I'm leaving out, but I think what stands out most is how much love she had for him, and he didn't return any amount of that love back. And how he premeditated the whole thing, even writing a letter to his parents, sort of
Nigga, who the fuck is reading this bullshit? Yo, you can't even read this. You can't even read this at all. Bro,
apologizing for it.
I would have
Digital
been pissed
footprint was
off.
also quite damning.
I would have
in a
been
sense,
pissed
as he
off
had
if I
Googled
was the
things to
mom
do
or
with
dad,
getting
no
away
cap.
with crime, tying people up,
I would've.
working a Glock pistol, and rather unbelievably, Ted Bundy. Brandon was arrested on July 22nd, 3 days later. He was attempting to flee to Memphis, Tennessee. In his rather distinguishable truck with "Take It" plates, police found a .40 caliber gun. He got extradited back to Lafayette County,
He's a
Mississippi,
sorry.
where he was charged with first-degree
You got a
murder
cat?
and
I mean,
sentenced
it's
to
not
life in
mine,
prison
but my
with no
sister has a
possibility
cat
of
that lives
parole.
with us.
Rest in peace.
Love that
Tyler.
boy. His name's Pluto. Hey, R.I.P. Allie, man.
Kyler Effinger. Earlier in January of this year, this video circulated widely on the internet and was a big topic in the news.
What happened?
That was security footage at Salt Lake City International Airport, and it shows the final moments of 30-year-old Kyler Effinger before he would later be discovered unconscious in the engine of an almost departing occupied commercial flight bound for San Francisco. Before I recap what's happening in the clip, let's talk about what happened before. So according to his father, Judd Effinger, Kyler
named after Future,
his flight. Now, nothing unusual with that information, but it turns out that he suffered a manic episode, one of many that had been happening to him for over 10 years, and that his father said usually don't end up well for him, so have that in mind. The footage is from 9:52 p.m. on New Year's Day, and the incident happened at a secured part of the terminal with a store manager calling the airport's control center to report a, quote, disturbance involving a passenger. That report was made while Kyler was running around and struggling with the doors. The other man seen in the footage was alleged to be a custodian at the airport, and Kyler speaks to him in between attempting to open the lock.
Oh my god!
And gate A1 door. Also notice how he just has his socks on, carrying his shoes in his hands, which he actually uses to try to break the window next to the A1 door. By the time the Salt Lake City Police Department was being involved, he had made his way out of the emergency exit and ran down the stairwell. He quickly then made his way onto the
dreads too.
And images from the thermal imaging camera show him approaching the slowly taxiing Delta Airlines.
What the hell?
The footage cuts before
What you mean slowly, nigga? What do you mean slowly? He is moving full speed.
The slowly taxiing Delta Airlines.
Bro, that's not slow.
To the plane, but according to the reports, he ended up reaching the plane, having taken off his clothes along the way, and used a de-icing pad to crawl his way up inside the engine. Officers and airport operation workers who had been searching for him discovered him unconscious and tried to remove him via the removable cover of the engine, the cowling. Although they did, attempts to revive him, including administering naloxone, were unsuccessful, and he was pronounced dead. Naloxone, in case you didn't know, is used by medics in order to rapidly reverse an opioid overdose. Additional information from the family said that Kyler could have been triggered by the airport's stress, missing his flight, and believing he was being profiled by the TSA. Kyler had also apparently been trying to catch a flight to Denver after learning that his grandfather was in the final stages of life.
Damn, bro.
Established through a toxicology report what exactly was his cause of death. His family's take on the situation, well, this. Apparently, although failing to seek clinical help for his condition was a sign of protest against his bullies, self-medicating with marijuana didn't help him get a good grasp of the episodes, and it ended tragically.
Yo, chillax, bro.
Kyler.
Chillax, you know what I'm saying? You don't gotta type everything in chat.
Kyle Careford.
R.I.P. him, though, for real, for real.
It's one thing for a video of a disaster to exist out of chance, like, for example, CCTV footage, but then it's a completely different situation when the family themselves release the deceased person's video just to warn others.
What?
We're talking about this video from 2015. The two men recording themselves were Kyle Careford and Michael Owen. Owen, 21, a father of one, was the one recording, and Careford, 20, was the unlicensed driver behind the wheel. It turns out that the two were high on a cocktail of drugs, and as you can probably tell from the footage, they were gassing each other up, even to the point where Owen says, "You're doing 90, boys, slow down." Driving Owen's Renault Clio, they had been speeding through the Rotherfield Road in Crowborough countryside, East
After
Sussex,
this, my boy,
England,
after this, for real, for real.
Hours of April 12th, 2015, before Careford lost control and plowed into a St. Michael's Parish church. Oh my god! They both died instantly besides having their seatbelts on. And actually, at the end of the video,
bro, he was going goddamn 190 miles per hour, bro. What you mean having their seatbelts on? That would not have helped them in any way, shape, or form. Stop playing.
You can hear someone call out, "Can you hear me?" But there's no response. Releasing the footage, Owen's mother, Kat, said that she hoped it would stop others from making a decision like her son. She added that she blamed both of them for the incident. Careford's family also spoke on the internet, with his brother even saying that he hoped that the footage could connect to even one person and prevent them from causing a great harm to not only themselves, but their entire entire family. And as I stated before, both Kerford and Owen were high at the time. Apparently, they had taken a bunch of prescribed and illegal drugs that had completely impaired their ability to drive a vehicle. It would thus be no wonder that they were doing 90 on the
shit, bro.
Like, yet morbid thing I found about this case is the duality of Owen. Because while on one side he behaved erratically and irresponsibly, on the other side, his ex-partner, Lauren Humble, said the Michael that we saw in that video was not the Michael that we knew, who was a loving, caring, responsible daddy. His mother also said that he was a brilliant father who everybody loved. Owen left behind daughter Lily Rose.
Yeah, that's the thing though. Whenever there's like insane niggas or something, bro, it's usually like people who don't expect this person to be insane, bro. A lot of serial killers who get caught, bro, whenever you ask somebody like close to them, they're like, wow, I didn't think he was like that, bro. Never expected that. I don't know why, but that's how it is, bro. I mean, fuck, bro. Hey, what's good? Sudak said, hey, for Alex, welcome to the stream, y'all. Like I said, after this video, for real, I'm gonna get on, for real. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna do it. I appreciate y'all niggas for tuning in. Lay y'all. Welcome back, Matrix.
Pretty devastating situation overall. Rest in peace to these.
Hey, rest in peace, but like, fuck.
Sonu Jaiswal. On January 15th, 2023, Sonu Jaiswal, an Indian citizen, recorded this video while aboard a passenger plane just about to land in Pokhara, Nepal. At the start of the video, he's calm and you can tell he's just documenting his experience as he pans the camera to capture different angles, including himself, the outside, and the inside of the plane. He was actually sharing this footage via a Facebook live stream. However, about 50 seconds into
oh my god, that's just video, bad luck, bro. Whenever it's fucking Facebook live, nigga, it's just always bad luck.
He screams and the camera shakes violently, indicating that this was the moment disaster struck. That plane, a 15-year-old ATR-72 owned by Yeti Airlines, crashed into a gorge, the Seti Gorge, with half of it hanging on the hillside and the other half falling down into the bank of the Seti Gandaki River. The incident also happened to have been captured by another camera angle. According to news reports, local TV showed huge thick smoke coming up from a crash site, indicating a possible fire. This was confirmed to be true as other close-up photos.
How is it too graphic? Did somebody
began being shared on social media? It was clear that the impact had caused the plane to go up in flames. The impact was also so brutal that all 72 people on board, 68 passengers and 4 crew members, died.
Shit,
had apparently traveled to Kathmandu, the capital of Nepal, to visit.
Yo, y'all can't be serious for a little video really quickly. Nigga, fuck the activate windows, bro. If you care that much, bro, you might as well get me the code to activate my windows, bro. Lock in.
For a son. What's also a little disturbing, but just coincidental about this case, is that the co-pilot, Anju Kadiwada, had lost her pilot husband, Deepak Pakrel.
Is that the same nigga, though? Where'd y'all get this fucking image of a black outline bald ass? Yo.
Years earlier in 2006, after he too crashed while piloting a different Yeti Airlines plane, a DHC-6 Twin Otter 300. His plane had also burst into flames upon impact.
Can he not?
What caused the crash? Well, the official report attributed it to pilot error. It stated that the sudden tilting of the plane was due to the pilot pulling on the wrong lever when preparing to land from an altitude of about 721 feet, instead of changing the wing flap angle. The lever that was pulled changed the propeller angle, causing
this nigga dumb as hell, garbage fucking pilot to
lose momentum.
Yo,
there's no technical explanation of what exactly happened,
no,
but just know that there were 2 levers next to each other, the condition lever and the flap lever. The pilot pulled the condition lever by mistake. The report also added that it was likely that the pilots were distracted. Also worth mentioning that Nepal has had a particularly bad history when it comes to airplanes.
Well, gotta stay away from fucking Nepal, nigga. Gotta stay away from Nepal.
Between 1960 and 2022, a total of 106
I was kidding, by the way.
Crashed, with a death toll of about 590.
Oh my
god. Involved the twin-engine planes, which is like the one Sonu was on. Part of the hazards of flying there have also been attributed to mountainous terrain, unpredictable weather, poor visibility, and an aging fleet of planes. Remember, this specific plane that Sonu was on was 15 years old, and it's still pretty unbelievable that by chance...
15 years old? old.
Moments on a Facebook live stream. Rest in peace to everyone on board.
Hey, rest in peace for sure, bro. What the
story
fuck?
of Hakan I Saw is a great example of a really stupid way to commit a crime. Why? Well, in this last moment video, I Saw is seen sort of luring his heavily pregnant wife, 32-year-old Semra, down to a cliff's edge on the scenic Butterfly Valley.
And who is recording?
That spot where they are is actually a popular tourist stop, as it offers a breathtaking view of Kabak Bay, an equally popular destination. In fact, this is the reason that the video exists, because as Aizal led his pregnant wife down, other tourists were in that same location and they were filming randomly, and it was by chance that the daughter of one of the tourists caught the couple on camera. You can see at the end of the video.
You're telling me he hit her off the fucking cliffside, my nigga?
That they disappear out of frame, but it later came to be revealed that although pretending to take a selfie with her, he had ended up pushing her down the 1,000-foot high ledge. Reason? Well,
what
like
is
I said,
wrong
it
with
was
these?
a rather foolish attempt to commit a crime, insurance fraud. This was revealed during the hearing, where it came out that just days after the incident, he had tried to cash out on their £40,000, approximately $50,000 US, insurance policy, which actually, rather strangely, had him enlisted as the only beneficiary. The insurance payment was declined when the news of the
You telling me you pushed her off a fucking cliff for $50,000. You push your own wife that's pregnant off a cliff for $50,000. That's it. Nigga. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
Was unveiled. His version of the events? Well, he said that after taking a selfie, Semra put the phone in her bag, which they left a few steps away from where they later sat. Then she had apparently requested him for the same phone, and as he got up to walk to the bag, he heard her scream, only to find that she was no longer there. His story, however, didn't hold up, as there was a mountain of evidence against him. For example, there's already the video footage that the other tourists took, and those
Hey, Dora the Explorer, hey, welcome to the stream.
The mother of
I appreciate you for tuning in.
Oddly enough, the woman even joked and said, either this man will throw the woman off or the woman will throw the man, which is really...
Yo, stop playing, bro. Stop playing. Imagine being the one making that little joke and then finding out the news that really happened. I'll be so devastated.
Creepy looking back on. And there were also claims that the couple had been on the cliff for about 3 hours, assuming that Aizal was waiting for there to be no witnesses around. That's why there's no footage of him actually doing it. It also emerged, claimed by her brother.
Oh, yup. Just look at him, bro. Look at his hair, bro. Just look at his hair, bro. He looks insane. He does. Like, only an insane human would still keep this little part of hair right here. Stop playing.
Had taken out 3 loans on behalf of Aizal, despite her well-known attitude against taking loans. Lastly, an additional damning piece of evidence was how everyone claimed how he didn't seem moved by his wife's death. For example, Said Turk, a driver that
he killed her for $50,000. Obviously, he wasn't very moved about it. He did it for $50,000. Stop playing.
Down to help after she, quote, fell, said he did not accompany them to search for the body. He had apparently been, quote, carefree and calm, not acting anything like a man who just lost his wife due to falling off a cliff.
You think so?
Aizal tried claiming insanity to avoid prosecution, but after medics confirmed he was in fact okay, he was sentenced to life in prison in 2022. The court stated that he must serve at least 30 years before he could ever be considered to be released.
As he should, and he shouldn't even be released anyway.
Oh my god, I absolutely hate this one. But yeah, rest in peace to Semra and her child.
No cap, rest in peace.
Linda Almond. For the second time in this video, we're going to be talking about a Facebook live stream that had a devastating ending. This video.
Yo, why is it always Facebook live streams, bro? What is the bad omen that comes with Facebook live streams? Genuinely. Why is it always Facebook live streams?
From the live stream by 55-year-old Linda Almond, a resident of Waverly, Tennessee.
Well, if anybody's seen me on Facebook Live, we're being flooded right now in Waverly, Tennessee. Really scary.
Yeah, she sounds scared. Let me shut the hell up.
Oh, hell. I wish I had one of those.
I think somebody just took the sign of the house.
I need a light. This is scary. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
In the video, she
so
basically
bad.
puts it out there that they're being flooded, terming it as, quote, really scary. Her final words before the footage cuts out, as you just have heard, were, "This is really scary. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness." Shortly after, Almond and her son Tommy, both who were on the roof of their house, were swept away by rushing water after the roof collapsed. And while Tommy was rescued by authorities, Almond sadly didn't make it. Now, all this happened in August of 2021, and the mind-blowing thing is that it was caused by a staggering 17
we've
inches
never
of
had a
rain that
flood
fell
in
on Hafiz
Atlanta
County
ever
just
in
under
life.
24 hours. That amount of rain had actually not been recorded in the area ever before. It was reported as having broken the previous record for most rain to have ever fallen in Tennessee
Oh my
in
God.
a 24-hour period. The only other time such a thing...
Like, okay, listen. How unlucky do you have to be the only ones in this flood right here, just specifically there? Because the highway is literally chilling. They are driving, but it's only this place.
It witnessed was the single-day record of 9.45 inches from back in 2010 in Nashville, which is about 60 miles away. And even crazier is that about 9 inches of it fell within just 3 hours. It thus makes sense why, despite the rain having begun on a Saturday, by the time Almond was going live at about 10:15 a.m., the flash flood waters had risen quite significantly to the point that they were carrying debris and throwing it around. In fact, in the video, you can hear a voice, presumably that of Tommy, saying that something just hit the side of their house. Now, as I mentioned, Almond never made it as her body wasn't found in the flood waters.
Damn, bro.
At 2 p.m. on the following day,
Hey,
a
R.I.P.
Sunday, the family confirmed that indeed she had passed away and that her body had been later recovered by authorities who were certain she died in the water. What's even worse was that her death was not isolated. The rains apparently kept on, and by Tuesday of the following week, a total of 21 people had been declared dead, with 10 others being reported missing. The flood had caused devastation that ran for about 10 miles, with local Sheriff Davis stating that rescue operations were not only overwhelmed, but that the situation was expected to remain the same for about 30 more days. Now, having learned all that, the video feels even more heartbreaking, and what's sad
30
is
more
that
days?
such a situation is likely to repeat itself because, as a reply to this comment pointed out, there's a chance such rain is not predicted in time in some areas. But yeah, rest in peace to Linda.
No cap. And all the other people
Ran
too,
the bus
bro.
driver. In 2018,
Ran the
this
bus
video
driver.
caused a lot of officials in China to be furious as it led to deaths that most thought could be avoided. In the video, you can see the driver, 42-year-old Ran, in a heated exchange with a passenger
Oh my
who is
God.
later identified as 48-year-old Liu. Liu can be seen slapping the driver with her cell phone before he hits back, losing control of the bus in the process. This incident happened in the city of Chongqing, China, and the bus unfortunately plunged about 200 feet down into the Yangtze River. Yes, they were doing all that while crossing the iconic but also really high second Guangzhou Yangtze River Bridge.
Y'all
There's
niggas
actually this camera footage
tweaking.
from outside the bus, which shows the moment the driver lost control. He veered off into the oncoming lane and crashed into a sedan before rolling off the edge of the bridge down into the river. It was confirmed that at the time of the accident, there were about 15 people inside the bus, with none having survived. The bus actually plunged about 215 feet below the surface of the water, meaning it was very difficult for anyone to make it. That's also probably why out of 15 fatalities, only 13 bodies were retrieved and identified, while 2 remained missing. Also worth noting is that the rescue operation was quite huge given the nature of the location.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. If I seen them, listen, RIP all them people on that bus, bro. But if I seen these niggas fighting at this front and this nigga's driving, bro, I'm gonna have to tackle her. I'm gonna have to tackle her and tell that man to drive straight, bro, before I hit him in the head, bro. Like, dude.
50
Bro.
firefighters, 5 fire engines, and 2 rescue boats were
Oh my
dispatched to the
God.
scene, where the only indication of the sunken bus was oil.
No,
fragments.
and he I feel like he did it on purpose though. He literally turned his wheel all the way to the left for
floating atop the waters.
Bro, hell
And
no.
That wasn't enough because a 60-ton capacity crane had to also be dispatched to pull the wreckage out of the water. So we already know that this horrific accident was caused by a brawl, but what exactly were they fighting about? Well, turns out that the woman, Liu, had missed her stop and wanted to be let off the bus, but Rand didn't want to hear any of that. That's how she ended up hitting him, and he retaliated. And as I said before, when people learned that this was the cause of the accident, they were nothing but infuriated. An avoidable petty fight that ended up claiming
bro, but no, cause like he fully turned the wheel to the left though. He like fully turned the wheel to the left on purpose, like
he retaliated. And as I said before,
Bro,
when people learned that this was the cause of the accident, they were nothing but infuriated. An avoidable petty fight that ended up claiming tens of lives. These sentiments were apparently mostly expressed on Weibo, a popular social media platform in China, with users, for example, stating, in a few seconds, the whole bus of life is lost. And
you don't gotta say sorry to me, but like, you a grown man, bro.
Police statement
I feel like you know when to be
mutual
mature and not
behavior.
mature, you
What I
know?
also found
I mean,
surprising about this
not
case
mature,
is that it
like,
seems that bus driver
you know what I
and
mean,
passenger
bro.
fights are sort of common in China. A commentary published in a local newspaper, People's Daily for instance, stated, "We have to ask, why do fistfights between passengers and drivers keep happening?" But yeah, rest in peace to everyone that was on board on
That's the question, y'all.
Sinking ship. Next up is this chilling video recorded by a 17-year-old Korean student moments before he and hundreds of others died when a ferry that they were on, MV Sual, capsized and sank. Now, the entire video is disturbing, but what I found pretty odd but interesting is that some of the students were making jokes as the ferry was leaning on its side, but I'm gonna assume they weren't aware of what was about to happen.
You think
In
so?
the translated version of the video, as the announcer cautions them to remain in the same location and be prepared for a dangerous situation, one student asks, "Is it sinking for real?" And as the announcer keeps going, another student chimes in.
Is it sinking for real?
Later,
you think they
someone
playing a
suggests that they
prank,
take a
nigga?
photo as part of their last memories, and jokingly, another one says, "Take a photo like this, like a man against gravity." That was right before yet another student shouts, "This is fun." And another comments, "This is like Titanic," before they start singing the Titanic theme.
Listen, bro, RIP all these boys in there, bro, but stop fucking playing, my nigga. Who the hell starts joking when the ship starts tilting, talking about, yo, this is like Titanic, bro? Nobody survived on the Titanic except like a little, like 15 niggas. So like, that's not a good thing either, bro. That's not a good comparison either, dude. You know what I'm saying? Let's not joke like that. Dude, bro, what?
Song. That video cuts off as one student tells his mom and dad he loves them as his final words. The video, which circulated widely, was shared with South Korean media by a father to one of the 323 students who had been aboard the ferry. There had been a total of 476 people on board. I should also add that the student, Park Soo-hyun, had apparently shot an entire 15 minutes of video detailing the last few moments on the ferry, and so what I just shared here is a little section of it. The faces of the teenagers are blurred out as Park's father requested this to be done as a way to respect the privacy of the families mourning their loved ones.
Oh my God.
What followed was a disaster that haunts South Korea till this day. The final death toll, for instance, revealed that out of the 476 passengers, 304 died, and among those, 5 bodies were never recovered. In addition, of the 299 bodies that were recovered, 250 were of second-year high school students. Why such a large number of students on board? Well, they had gone for a school trip to the scenic Jeju Island, and sadly, they never even made it to the island as the ferry sank on its way there.
School trip on a ferry?
On April 16th, 2014,
dude, what?
Rescue efforts began immediately after a distress signal was received, with private fishing boards being hailed for helping rescue more passengers than the Coast Guard. Actually, the government ended up taking a lot of the blame due to the perception that the Coast Guard as an agency did not put in enough effort in the rescue mission, especially in mobilizing help.
Okay, listen. I'm glad they were putting on their safety vests. But to be honest, I would have probably found the closest place to get out of the ship in. Because, like, if the ship starts sinking, you're going to have to get out or the vest is not really going to do anything for you because you're going to be stuck in the ship while drowning. So I'm going to find the best place to get out that ship and then jump out. I already got the safety vest. I'm jumping out.
Time. But the plane didn't stop there because the captain escaped first, leaving the passengers with the instruction to just stay put. The control tower was also faulted for not acting swiftly, and the then president, Park Geun-hye, was blamed for not appearing in public for a whole 7 hours after the disaster had already occurred. All these factors compounded were taken to imply failure in leadership after the disaster unfolded. The investigations into the incident were concluded in January of 2017, surprisingly with only the captain getting a prison sentence. Anyway, after aftermath aside, why did the ferry sink? Well, reports indicated 3 main reasons. First, some dangerous renovations with regulatory approval had been done on the vessel, raising its center of gravity. Second, on the fateful day, the ferry had drained most of its ballast water, which it needed for balance. And third, it was overloaded with cargo, carrying more than twice the legal limit. Again, lots of blame went to
for
government
what
authorities,
though?
with
Like,
even claims that they had looked the other way. What's really gut-wrenching, as I've stated before, is how this affected the families. It was extremely difficult for them to move on from this. For example, I found an article from 2022 stating that 8 years after the disaster, some parents even killed themselves. Others got divorced, and some kept protesting, fueled by grief and anger. Yeah, rest in peace to everyone involved.
absolutely,
in this
bro.
sinkage.
What the hell?
Saglam. Let's end with this video where a 22-year-old Turkish beautician, Burcu Saglam, is seen capturing what would turn out to be her final moments before a horrific crash. In the video, you can tell she's enjoying the views from the cockpit of a single-engine plane as she pans the camera around to show different sides of the plane. There's also some stitched-in footage of the plane taxiing on the runway a little while before they took off. Now, unfortunately, moments later, at about 3:32 p.m., while she was about 3,937 feet in the air, the plane had lost communication with the control tower.
No.
This was about 15 minutes after they had taken off from a small town near Istanbul. Around 78 miles from the takeoff point, workers at a nearby natural gas plant informed authorities of an object plunging from the sky. This object turned out to be the plane that Saglam and Hakan Koksal, an experienced 54-year-old pilot, were traveling in. The fall was actually captured in a video, and it was clear that they hit a 380,000 volt power line on their way down. The plane immediately burst into flames upon that impact. Bodies of the two were found at the crash site by the search and rescue team. As to how they died, the local mayor, Aliner Aktis, without specifically which, said that one of them was believed to have been ejected from the aircraft, falling to their death, while the other one died while the plane caught fire upon impact.
What you mean ejected from the aircraft? They didn't have like a parachute?
The story is that Saglam's parents were not aware of her flying escapade, as she had only notified them that morning that she was leaving home in search of a job. She had also apparently posted on social media that same day with a caption saying bye. Now, as to what caused the crash, an investigation concluded that it was just bad weather. The plane apparently clipped a pylon, the wing structure that supports the engine, causing it to plummet uncontrollably. The Transportation Safety Investigation Center blamed Koksal for having initiated navigation of the flight without evaluating the weather. This meant that as conditions deteriorated on their return leg, he panicked and, quote, lost situational awareness.
This nigga sorry as fuck. Dumbass nigga.
Determined that no other parties could be blamed for the crash. But yeah, rest in peace to these two people.
I mean, who else can you blame except the pilot?
I know this one was
who
a bit
didn't take
side, but I hope you guys appreciated the way I explained things, and if you liked the video,
hey, that was a good video though. You know what I'm saying? Very serious, bro. We've been watching these very serious videos, getting very scary and stuff. But hopefully y'all are not too spooked though. Hopefully y'all are not too spooked though. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? Fuck.